Hey guys, I'm super excited to do this video. Welcome back. This is going to be a drugstore beginner makeup kit, the ultimate drugstore makeup kit in my opinion, for beginners or just makeup artists that want to add to their kit. And I am so excited to admit that this video is in collaboration with Christina and as well as Journeyinbeauty, also known as Kyra. I always forget, sorry. But yes, Christina Brooke, she is a mastermind. She has her own series that she makes up that no other creator has. It's one that's Make Up Your Mind, where she will swatch tones in her own palettes and to prevent others from buying high-end palettes if you also have the same tones. And Journeyinbeauty, we have got to know each other over the last week, and she's really, really sweet, very detailed in what she does. And I think you all would love to subscribe to their channels. I will link all of their, videos and their handles down below. If you like videos like this, make sure to give it a thumbs up while you're watching. Subscribe if you're not already, and let's get into the tutorial. First up, I'm going to go in with primers. I'm going to go with my eye primer as well as my face primers to let those really soak in while I do my complexion. This is the e.l.f. eye primer. I don't think you guys can go wrong. I love eye primer. I really think it does make a huge difference in the way that shadows wear. And this is reasonably priced. I think this is only $2. It definitely doesn't have any coverage, but that's okay because it's making our, eyeshadow last. Then I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer just in the center of my face because at this time, in the year, I get a little bit oily in the center of my face. So just want to mattify that. And then I'm going to go in with a hydrating primer. Going in with the NYX Honey Do Me Up Primer for the outskirts of my face. And this is actually really thin going on at first, and then it gets really, really tacky, which is awesome for a foundation. I really, really love this primer, and it smells delicious. Let's detect the brows first. I'm going to be going in with the Wet n Wild Brow Trio in Ash Brown. It's the ultimate brow kit. I love this because it's only $2.99. I already did one brow off camera so that it wouldn't take forever. It comes with a set of tweezers and also a brush with a spoolie, which is so important. So I just go in with this wax. In this first shade right here, I find that this is the perfect brush. And I'm just brushing through the brows and going up in the front of the brow to create those hair-like strokes. And even though it's powder, it really does a good job looking like hair-like strokes. And powder's a little bit more natural if you're just starting out instead of a pencil. If you're intimidated by that, powder stays just as nice. So there is one brow on, actually the second brow. And as you can see, it looks really, really good. I love it. And just because I'm going for a full coverage look today, I'm going to be applying the Wet n Wild Loose Setting Powder to all of my face. And then I'm going to be setting it down with a drugstore mist. Of course, this is all drugstore. What am I talking about? I'm going to be going in with the e.l.f. Coconut Hydrating Mist, just to seal this in. Obviously let it dry. The mister is a little bit aggressive in here. Now I will be setting my brows down with the e.l.f. Wow Brow, but I'm going to do that after I do all of my foundation and powders just so that it's easier. So for foundation, I'm going with the CoverGirl Matte Made Comfort Matte Foundation in the shade M15. It's 12-hour wear, transfer resistant. I just find that this, even for my dry skin, that's why I put on a hydrating primer underneath to really make sure that it doesn't get too matte, but it doesn't even if you don't have a hydrating primer underneath. Just in case you are wondering, it's really good for dry skin as well as oily. Another foundation you can use if you are really, really dry is the Wet n Wild Dewy Foundation. That's really, really new. But yeah, I find that this is full coverage, and that is what I'm going for today because I do look a bit tired. I am filming this pretty darn late, but as you can see, it gives my skin the full coverage I want. And it's buildable. You can do medium and then build it up to full. I just used 2 pumps and I'm at pretty much full coverage. So that's what this looks like. For my concealer, I'm going with the L'Oreal. This is the Full Wear More Than Concealer. And this is a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape. It really does a good job. I only used 3 dots and I am at full coverage. And I don't find this too drying. If you find this too drying, then I would definitely go in with an eye cream ahead of time. Oh, and by the way, just as I will have Christina and Journeyinbeauty's channels and their videos down below, I will have all of these products listed and linked in the description box. So you can just go to it and find my shade, you know, find everything that you want. So yeah, full coverage there. I'm going to set that down with the Physicians Formula. This is the Natural Defense Finishing Powder. Looks like this. I find this to be a really good dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish Powder. It really, really blurs out the pores. It makes the skin look phenomenal. I'm going to set it right here. You don't necessarily have to set the rest of the face if you don't want to, but I will just for the sake of today's video so you can have options. For the rest of the face, I'm going with the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Perfecting Powder, and I'm in the shade Nude L3, and I'm just going to pop this all over the face. We want full coverage. This has a little bit of coverage, and it's definitely mattifying, but it's not too mattifying, I don't feel. So at this stage in the game, I'm looking really powdery, really matte. I want to sort of get some hydration back into my skin. And for that, I'm going to be using the Flower Beauty Seal the Deal Setting Spray. Very fine mist. I love this. So it doesn't take much time to dry down at all. Now for contour, I'm going with the e.l.f. Contour Palette. You definitely don't have to do this, but I'm taking this gray shade right here. And I'm just saying, you know, if you are advanced and you just want affordable options, definitely go this route, because this is a dupe for the Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder. So I definitely use this. There's a highlight in here. There's also a setting powder, so you can use either one. For bronzer, I'm going to be using the Milani Silky Matte Bronzer in 02 Sunkissed. I love this bronzer because it just makes the complexion look so flawless. I never have a bad day when I'm wearing this. I had to do something with my hair, so I put it up in a bun just for the finished look. As you can see, it just blends so seamlessly into the skin. And look at the luxurious packaging. Like, look at the detail. It looks gold, it looks fancy, it looks luxe. Milani is one of my very favorite drugstore brands when it comes to bronzer and just anything. Just the packaging. It gets me every time. And their products are so good. Now we're getting into the eyes. I'm going to be using the Profusion Mirage palette. You get 35 shades. Oh my goodness. They have a lot of pops of color you can do and a lot of neutrals that we can go for. I'm not going to be using any of the pressed glitters today. If you do like pressed glitters, just use the glitter glue. Be eye safe, definitely. So I already went in with this eye for the transition shades, and I'm just using Canyon and Outgoing. And I'm going to place that into the crease. And I think this palette was only $10.99. So for 35 shades, you really can't go wrong. And it just adds, you know, the nicest crease shade. Nice and matte. I didn't even have to set that down. The eye primer. And I'm going underneath the lower lash line as well, with those two same shades. As you can see, you can just stop right here and have a matte look and apply Polite right into, you know, the inner third and just have an all matte look. That would be really pretty. But today I'm going in with some glitter. So for the outer edge, I'm going to be taking a mixture of these two shades right here and this one, the brown one. And I'm going to be going on the outer corner and bringing it into the middle just a bit and doing circular motions, zigzag motions, just to really get that going on the crease and on the outer corner to smoke that out just a bit. I'm going to be taking the same shades and running it along the lower half of my lash line as well. Save it some depth and dimension. Oh, see those colors? They're really pigmented. There's a little bit of kick up, but I'm not mad at that. There's kick up in Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes. I mean, a lot of it. So this isn't bad at all. And this is looking really, really nice. So yeah, definitely pick up Profusion. They're so underrated. They have contour palettes, blush palettes, highlight palettes. I mean, you could go on and on and on. They're just so, so good. For the first inner half of the lid, I'm going with the shade Topaz right here. I did spray my brush, but look at the color payoff. Oh my goodness. I'm going to put a lighter color on the inner corner. I'm going in with the shade right here. It's a nice pinky shade. Beautiful. And I'm going to actually mix it with this shade right here. And I'm going to put that on the inner corner. Oh my goodness, how stunning. I love that white shade in with the pink shade. It really makes a difference. And I'm also going to be taking that on the inner corner, just the white shade. Ooh, pretty. I also want to take it a little bit underneath just to open up the eye and make it look more awake, because I think that doing that to the inner third on the lower lash line really makes a difference. To line the lower waterline, I'm going with the L'Oreal Age Perfect in brown just to line that lower waterline. You don't have to, but I definitely do. And I'm going with the L'Oreal Unlimited mascara. What I love about this is that I can turn the wand like this and just get my lower lashes. I find that this doesn't transfer. It's not too, heavy and bulky, but it can be built up to nice volume on the lashes. So I'm going to go in with one coat on the upper, and I'll just show you what that looks like. Oh, I love this mascara. It makes it really easy with this handle as well. One coat really looks good. Okay, now I'm going to be going in with the e.l.f. Wow Brow. This is a dupe for the Benefit Gimme Brow. It has a tiny little spoolie. As you can see here, it has little hairs on it, and it just brushes those up if you want your brows to look more bushy or hairy. Then this does the trick. I brush them up, and then I brush them back down. I just find that this holds much better when I do it that way. And I let it dry, and then I brush it back down. But this can't go wrong. It's only like $5. Not bad at all. So I want to do my lip color before I do anything else. And I'm going with the L'Oreal. These are the L'Oreal, I don't know what they are, but this is in I Create. These are the smoothest liquid lipsticks ever. It's like they're the most comfortable. They don't feel matte. They don't feel drying. They don't feel heavy. It's like they're air. I don't feel them at all. And I'm going to be applying this and putting one of my favorite glosses on top. You can get this at Target, Walmart, CVS, anywhere. And then I'm going, these dry down so fast, by the way. I'm going to be going with the e.l.f. Lip Plumping Gloss in Champagne Glam. One of my favorites. It gives a little tingle, nothing too crazy, but oh my gosh. It adds life to the lips, as you can see. For blush today, I'm going with the L'Oreal Age Perfect Satin Touch Blush with just this Amazon brush. It's a dual fiber brush. And as you can see, this adds a little bit of sheen to the skin, but you can't go overboard with this blush. It's so beautiful. And I drag it across the nose, like always. I am a blush fanatic, so I will go ham with the blush, and it's the first thing to fade. So I'm just going to lift it a little bit higher to lift my features up. And I think that's enough for now. going in with highlight next. So for highlight, I'm going with the Milani Strobe Light in Afterglow. This stuff is amazing. You guys just look at this. Oh my goodness. And it just sinks into the skin. It becomes one with the skin. It doesn't sit on top of it. I just love it. Give me that highlighter mustache that I always crave. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. And one last spray of our setting spray, the Flower Beauty one. You can use any spray. But yeah, you guys, this is the final look. I hope you found this helpful. Subscribe if you are not already. Definitely check out Christina's and Kyra's channel. I'm sorry, I just don't remember her name. So yeah, definitely check out their channels. Let them know I sent you, and I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.